What's up, guys? Dude, it's Jude here back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel deck profile, and today we're gonna talk about the newest Cyber Dragon variant in Master Duel, and that is branded Cyber Dragon. So, the new branded cards just came out, so that includes branded Fusion, Mirror Jade, and Rebellion, to name a few. And apart from that, you also get Borderland Dragon and Qixing Longwan, which have been really good in TCG and OCG a few months ago, and now they're in Master Duel. And once again, this is another meta changing pack, kind of like how the Adventure pack changed the meta seemingly like in just a few days with the arrival of the Brave Token Engine and Fluanderies. So branded is gonna be more common now in Master Duel, especially that you can splash the branded engine onto a lot of decks. So branded Despia, of course, is guaranteed to be a meta contender. Branded Predaplant is there. You can also go for branded Shadal or Invoked, which can work because it's a fusion engine on top of another fusion engine. Branded Thunder Dragon is there, and so much more. So now we're gonna talk about branded Cyber Dragon. So the strategy behind branded Cyber Dragon is pretty much like standard Cyber Dragon. It's like pure and power bond Cyber Dragon. The goal is to break your opponent's board, going second and OTKing. So dealing the OTK is still the win condition of branded Cyber Dragon. Although you can set up something going first, you can set up a Merdroid Masquerade play going first, and some extra disruption if needed be. But going second is still the strategy for branded Cyber Dragon. So now let's look at the cards. So to start off, 2 Hertz. So the Cyber Dragon engine in branded Cyber Dragon is a bit smaller. So no Naxter and just 2 Hertz and just one OG Cyber Dragon, because you wanna be more efficient with your deck size and space. So I'm running 45. You can run 42 and even 40 if needed be. I'll show you some deck variants of branded Cyber Dragon. If you're not comfortable with running 45, I'll show you how 42 looks like and even how 40 would look like. So let's try that one after showing this little deck profile here. So Cyber Dragon engine, so 2 Hertz, 1 OG Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Dragon core, of course, the best Cyber Dragon starter here. And you get 3 Cyber Emergency, and this is the only Cyber Dragon spell card you have. And then you run a small Cyber Dark engine with Cyber Dark Chimera and Cyber Dark Realm and 1 Power Bond. So a very small Chimera engine just to go into your 4,200 attack Rampage, which is always great. And the fact that you can do this after doing all your branded fusion summons is pretty awesome. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And next up is the branded or Despia cards. So next up we have Despian Tragedy. So Despian Tragedy is a good Foolish Burial target, which we have here. Can get you a Luber to the hand, so that's always handy. 1 Albaz. You can run 2 Albaz for the most part. I'm just running one because I'm tight on space. I'll show you how 2 Albaz looks like in a different deck size. So if you're running 42, you can run 2 Albaz. So next up we have Aluber, 2 Aluber, because it's along with Cyber Dragon Core, it's one of your best normal summons. You can just get branded opening or branded fusion off the bat with this, so really handy. And for the other monsters, we have Nibiru, because you want to punish combo decks. And you want to punish combo decks even more by playing 3 Maxi. Going second, it's essential, so you just get extra draw, so you have a better hand going second. Ash Blossom, so you just want to disrupt. You can negate branded fusion using Ash Blossom the same way that you can negate Fusion Destiny, so that's always handy. And two Edge Imp Chain. This is for the Fright Fur package here. So that includes the two Fright Fur Patchwork and the two Polymerization. So Fright Fur Patchwork allows you to add both of these cards to your hand, which is pretty great because sometimes Polymerization can allow you to start a couple of plays or do an extra fusion summon. So very clutch card. It's an old Polymerization is an old school Yu-Gi-Oh card, but with branded now out, it's a very useful card. So next up we have one Harpy's Feather Duster for the anti-back row. I already said the purpose of Cyber Emergency, Power Bond as well for the 4,200 attack rampage and nothing else. Two Lightning Storm for more board breaking and anti-back row. Three Branded Fusion, of course you want to see Branded Fusion as often as possible. Cyber Dark Realm for the Cyber Dark Chimera engine. Two Called by the Grave to just deal with hand traps. Three Forbidden Droplet to deal with opponent monster negates on the field. Very handy. And three Branded Opening, so you can just get a Luber to the field and you can special summon a Luber, activate its effect, and you can still normal summon Cyber Dragon Core if that's on your hand as well. Branded in red, extra fusion summon, and you can recycle a Luber. So very handy. So this is a very nice 45 card engine here, 45 card deck. You can run 42, so I think I can show you how 42 cards looks like. You can cut down removal cards, so like this, and maybe cut down this. So something like the Fright Fur package here, and go more engine, and you can just cut the Fright Fur package and maybe even do something like three Lightning Storm, so you can go 40 on this, and this still looks like a very comfy deck list if you're concerned about how this build looks. And if you're noticing we don't run Imperm here, mainly because there's just no space for Imperm, and Ash and Maxi are better hand traps in this format, especially with branded. So very handy if you want to go 40, you can make this. So very handy. You can also add extra two cards if needed. So you can just go for other tech. So you can go. Ooh, I think you can go something like this. I've removed Foolish Burial accidentally. You need Foolish Burial, by the way. Very handy card. And you can go something like extra Lightning Storm if needed be. So something like this would be nice. So this is an alternate build if you want a more compact list. That's more comfy. If you're not comfortable with the Fright Fur package because it's really big, you can use something like this. So very handy. But let's go back to the deck list I'm showing right now, and let's see. And I think that's it. This is the package right now. So yeah, you can run this very easily, very handy. And of course, you always want to run your shiny ones. So next up, let's take a look at the extra deck. So the extra deck right now, I'm just gonna say this ahead. You can add Guardian Chimera to your build. I just don't have it yet since I basically just crafted every main deck, every extra deck branded card I need before Chimera. Although Chimera is gonna be very clutch when you have it, and especially better if you have a super poly package. Oh wait, I think I can show you how a super poly package can look like. So you can remove this. You can go 41 or maybe go 42 with this. So you can go something like this, and then add you can add cards like Starving Venom. and Mud Dragon. So you have generic super poly targets. And yeah, those are one of the packages you can run here. And always handy. But yeah, extra deck right now. Two Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. You can summon both of these in the same turn and activate their effects. So none of them are once per turn. So you can just either break back row or go for multi attack. So that's really cool. Chimera Tech Fortress just for extra fusion, just to clear up your board. If you have like Cyber Dragon Core and Cyber Dark Chimera, you can just fuse them and go to your power bond place. You have an extra body, extra 2k beat stick there. Albion is your branded fusion starter, so you usually summon this off branded fusion the first thing, and then you go Albion to Rampage or Albion to Rebellion to Mirror Jade. So very important card. It's an ultra rare, so very expensive as well. Masquerade, the Blazing Dragon. You can run two of these. You can run double Masquerade if you want to go for the burn damage. But Masquerade is great because it kind of works like the same way how Zeus works in the Power Bond or the Pure Cyber Dragon build, where if you can't OTK, you can just summon a Masquerade and it will deal constant burn damage that will just lower your opponent's life points to a point that they can't activate effects, and if they activate effects, they're gonna lose the game. And next up, we have two Mirror Jade. So, Mirror Jade is just a very big 3k attack monster. It can banish a card on the field, and when this card leaves the field, it has a Reigeki effect. So at the end phase, at the end phase, when this card is out of the field, you can just wipe your opponent's field with it. So it's really handy. Next up, Gubellion. This is your extender in a way. So you summon this off Albion, or you can summon this off Branded Fusion first and then go Mirror Jade, depending on the game state. Um, Chimeritek Mega Fleet, very handy, of course, because there are always opponents who will summon on the extra monster zone, whether it be a link monster or a non-link one. So always handy to have one. Almirage, just to send Cyber Dragon Hurts or Despian Tragedy to the graveyard extra. It's like treat it like an extra copy of Foolish Burial. So very handy. So you can just go with that and just summon, just extra summon, extra material. Cyber Dragon Zeger, if you don't have the branded engine, then you can go the classic power bond combo. You can just go Rampage and Zeger and just 6,300 attack. Verte Anaconda is more of a backup option here compared to pure Cyber Dragon or even Power Bond Cyber Dragon. It at least gives you another way to activate Branded Fusion on your turn. Dark the Dark Charmer is very handy because if you're facing a lot of Branded, which is gonna happen a lot, you're able to steal Mirror Jades, Masquerades, even Alubers. So that's very, very handy for your end. And that's pretty much the extra deck. Now let's just revert this to the standard one we have a while ago. So we can just, for posterity purposes, so. And there. And let's see, what are we missing? Oh, we're missing the Foolish. Now that's the deck profile. Now let's go to some replays. Go to some gameplay. And I was able to compile a couple of replays to show you guys, just to show you how branded Cyber Dragon is able to work and do some nice little plays. So this is my very first game with branded Cyber Dragons, and this is against branded Invoked Shadal, I guess. So let's just load it up a bit and let's watch the replay and I'll play through. So hand is decent. Nibiru is always nice to draw, but most branded decks don't really go for 5 summons. They can go Mirror Jade pass, and that's a decent board. Although it's not really the safest thing. So opponent summons Albion, So this is kind of like a mirror match. Well, it's a branded engine match. So going from Albion to Mirror Jade straight up and pass the turn. Not really the safest board going first. So I summon Albaz, I use Albaz effect to do the super poly and go into Masquerade because I just want to deal burn damage. And I get a copy of Fright for Patchwork. And then go branded opening to summon Aluber. So Aluber allows me to just get branded fusion here, and I discarded Hertz so I can get Cyber Dragon so I can go into my Rampage play just in case if I want to use that route. And then we go branded fusion. So I summon Albion here. So Albion. And the problem here is I can't really OTK. So what I'm gonna do is go to Lubellion and discard the Nibiru just for the activation and go into Mirror Jade. So what I'm gonna do here is banish the opponent's Mirror Jade, which is usually risky because if you banish or send Mirror Jade to the graveyard, it will activate the Regeki effect on the end phase. But you'll find out why I did that and why it's worth the risk. So as you can see, Masquerade is already doing work and doing some burn damage. And what I'm gonna do is just clear the board here, attack, deal some damage, just to cripple the opponent. And the end phase effect, the end phase effect of Mirror Jade activated. So Aluber is destroyed, but because of branded opening, it protected all of my fusion summoned monsters from getting destroyed. So that allows me to have Masquerade and Mirror Jade still. So this is just Mirror Jade doing work, and every time the opponent activates, they're always gonna have to deal with the burn damage. Now they can't really activate anything, so my opponent gave up. So it's a really decent match. So this is a way of showing you that you can go full branded, all branded summons, and still win the game. But let's take a look at another replay. So I have a duel here against Evil Twin, and I think I have another one against Tri Brigade. So pretty much meta decks, really cool ones too. So decent hand here. So I have access to branded fusion and the power bond engine as well. So very nice gassy hand here. All engine. So that's pretty cool. So Mirror Jade pass, as I said, not the safest play to do. So I got another copy of Brand Fusion. So what I did here is just go Cyber Dragon Core to bait an Ash, because Ash Blossom negates Branded Fusion. That's always sad. So I just go Cyber Dark Realm here just to get Chimera, go Branded. So I'm gonna go Albion again. Just the normal play. Albion, and then get Cyber Dragon so I can just activate my so I can summon Rampage after. So I just went Rampage here just to wreck back row, and because I can do it again with Cyber Dark Chimera, and then I can just go I did the Rampage effect just to have an extra material, and going into a 4,200 attack Rampage and go triple attack. So I just went here with just straight up out muscling the opponent. And I'm not worried about Mirror Jade activating during the end phase because my opponent won't have that end phase. So that's always handy. Next up, we have a 4-turn duel. So usually, if you're using Branded Cyber Dragon, you're gonna go second. So that means you end at turn 2 because you just overwhelm your opponent with huge board and you broke their board as well. So decent hand again. So Aluber, Feather Duster. So this is Evil Twin. So the usual Evil Twin combo. I just let this slide because I know they can extend. If I Ash the other twin, I know they usually have the extender one. So Liga gets Kisikil, the usual draw card, and they're gonna summon Trouble Sunny here and set a back row and pass. So I got Branded Fusion off the bat. So I just use Ash on the max here just for safety because I don't want them to draw into anything. But my Cyber Emergency got stopped. We're gonna go Aluber and my opponent just Ghost Ogres my Aluber. It doesn't negate. So what I did here just get Branded in red just to give me extra options. So I used Branded in red here to go into just to get the Luber back, and I'm going Branded Fusion and Branded Opening Chain Link to get Despian Tragedy, and I go Albion here. So I go Albion combo and Hertz just to get for the possible Cyber Dragon play, but I really can. So I'm going Rebellion here. So I'm gonna go for the Mirror Jade on this one. And return Albaz to the deck. And just I just use the banish effect of Mirror Jade just to bait out the Trouble Sunny. So I banish the Liga there, and I'm just gonna go attack and clear the board. So Trouble Sunny will just send Mirror Jade to the graveyard. This will punish my opponent severely. As I said, the end phase effect of Mirror Jade is if it leaves the field, whether it gets banished or just gets destroyed, it will destroy all of your opponent's monsters during the end phase. It will Raigeki them to submission. So this is a Sky Cavalry play, so they're gonna go for Zeus here. So summon Zeus. And end phase, as I said, end phase, the Raigeki effect just triggers and I summon Aluber, but my opponent just decides to scoop there. Very weird duel, honestly. Now, this is the last replay we have, and let's play it. So this is against Adventure Tri Brigade, I think. Or just Tri Brigade. So this is a very interesting duel. So very interesting hand as well. So I have a Chimera, but I can't really do my Rampage play because I don't have Cyber Dragons. So let's just fast forward here and see what the opponent set up. So Kit, they're gonna go Bearbrum for the Revolt, and they're gonna go Rugal, and then Bearbrum to get Revolt, and the usual setup, basic Tri Brigade setup. Simple yet powerful. So I gotta go Foolish here and get Hertz, and that baits an Ash Blossom, which I negate with Called By, but I get punished after in a few. So I just go Cyber Dragon here, but my opponent just activates Maxi. And I just go Mega Fleet for that, so it just negates. So I just remove a body from my opponent. But my opponent summons Tri Brigade Shuraig, which I wanted to happen. So I'll just let all those graveyard effects trigger, and I just negate Shuraig so I won't get banished. So my Mega Fleet won't get banished. So Edge Imp gets me a Fright for Patchwork, which will be handy. And I just go Branded Fusion to Albion. So I'm not caring about Maxi, so I get Impermed here, but it's fine. So I go Cyberdark Chimera, search Power Bond, and go into my big boy Rampage Dragon. 3 attacks. And wreck that Shuraig and go OTK. So yeah, it's there are many ways you can play through. You can play through Maxi, you can play through multiple negates. As you can see, I played through an Ash, I played through a Shuraig, a possible Shuraig banish, I played through a Revolt there, and you can do a lot of things. You can summon as much as you can, just as long as you have fusion spells in hand. And your opponent will run out of negates eventually. And that's really great about this deck. So let's just take a look at the deck one more time. So yeah, this is Branded Cyber Dragon, and honestly, this is a arguably the most fun version of Cyber Dragon I've played yet, because it just allows you to go OTK. It just amplifies the classic Cyber Dragon OTK strategy and just makes it way more fun and way more consistent than ever. So if the power bond build is already consistent enough, this one's way more consistent and way more fun to use. There's just so many options to have. You can cut this to 40, you can cut this to 42, you can try the Fright for engine here, you can try out a more standard, a more compact engine, and you're still gonna get the same result, and it's really great. You can even run, as I said, the super poly package. It's just a lot of fun. And that's it for the branded Cyber Dragon profile for Master Duel, and I'm just happy that this has arrived because it just gives Cyber Dragons an extra level of power that allows them to be able to compete to the current meta, especially with the meta of Halkidon still present in Master Duel. And that's it for the video. And if you have any suggestions, you can send in the comments below. Always fun to hear from you guys, from people watching. You can like the video if you enjoyed this one. You can check out the content in the channel. I posted other Cyber Dragon deck profile videos. I'll be linking them if needed be on the description. You can also subscribe, and that would help my channel grow and keep me going and make more Master Duel deck profile videos, gameplay videos, and a lot. So that's it for my deck profile video, and I'll see you on the next one. So thank you for watching, and goodbye, guys.